Hello, my name is Mel, and hopefully this presentation will guide you through the process of installing Windows 11 designed specifically for beginners. You will learn how to prepare your system, create installation media, perform the installation, and complete the initial setup to get started with Windows 11. We will cover four main sections: preparing for installation, creating installation media, installing Windows 11 step by step, and performing initial setup after installation. Each section provides clear, simple instructions to ensure a smooth installation experience. Okay, before installing Windows 11, it is vitally important to check if your system meets the necessary requirements. Back up your important data to prevent loss. You can normally open up a Google Drive account if you've got Gmail, or if you've got a Microsoft 365, any account, you can have OneDrive. Back it up to an external hard drive. I would do that, or even a USB. You can get your USBs that can take up to 2 terabyte now, so back them up somewhere to prevent loss. Okay, and obtain a valid Windows 11 license, so you have to buy it to activate your copy. All right, so that's what firstly what you do is, and your system, so what would be the requirements? I would not run Windows with anything less than 16 gigabytes of RAM. Now, technically, I think it needs 8, but you could probably run it on 4, but I wouldn't. It would run very, very slowly and constantly crash. You'd have to have an SSD at least of 1 terabyte to 2 terabyte, maybe a hard drive in there as well. You'd have to have a fairly recent processor, like an Intel i5 or i7 at least. So check what Windows 11 from Microsoft, what it requires. But look, I wouldn't try and get this on any older system because it's just not going to work successfully, okay? And please back up your system. You can just, you can actually zip folders and copy them across or whatever. There's all sorts of ways you can back up, okay? Windows 11 requires specific hardware and firmware features. This includes compatible processor, usually Intel's very good, maybe AMD, sufficient RAM and storage, secure boot capability, and TPM 2.0 support. Verifying these requirements will ensure your system can run Windows 11 smoothly. And look, pretty much any computer within the last 3 years should definitely be capable of running Windows 11, okay? Older ones you will struggle with. They just don't have the capacity, all right? Back up your personal files, documents, photos, and other data. So everything like your personal files, any documents, photos, is crucial before starting installation. Use external drives, cloud storage, or backup software to secure your information to avoid any loss during the process. And you might lose stuff, so please back up. You should be backing up anyway. To activate Windows 11, you need a valid license key. You can purchase one from Microsoft or authorized retailers. If upgrading from a genuine Windows 10 system, you may, and this is a big may, be eligible for a free upgrade license. You can check with a authorized retailer or Microsoft, but that's a very big may there, okay? Next, you will create the installation media needed to install Windows 11. This involves downloading the installation file using the media creation tool. So you go to Windows Microsoft site, Windows 11, and there is a thing there called media creation tool. If you just Google Windows 11 media creation tool, should take you there. I'll give you a link at least, and prepare a USB drive to boot the installation process, okay? Downloading the official Windows 11 ISO file, okay? Or use the media creation tool from the Microsoft website. Ensure you select the correct version and language to match your system and preferences. All right, so you can either download the Windows 11 ISO file directly or create use media creation tool like on a USB. And I've done both. Look, it's not that difficult. So the media creation tool helps you create bootable installation media easily. So if this is on a new computer, you've got like a new hard drive, you can make a bootable make bootable installation media. And then in your BIOS, you can tell your PC or computer to boot off USB. Okay, so instead of booting off whatever the hard drive or SSD, you can boot it off the USB, and then the media creation tool should go from there. Launch the tool, follow the prompts, and select USB flash drive option to prepare your installation media. Use a USB drive with at least 8 GB of storage. Yes, okay, you can get USBs of way more. Like I've seen them 2 TB, like 128, 256 GB. They're pretty cheap these days. Even 512 GB is very cheap. Right, so like you can get external SSD and a USB, and they're not all that expensive these days. So like at least 8 gig, but I would get bigger, seriously. The media creation tool will format and copy the necessary installation files onto the USB. After completion, your USB drive will be ready to boot and install Windows 11. With your installation media ready, you can begin installing Windows 11. This section guides you through booting from the USB, navigating the installation wizard, and selecting preferences to complete setup. Insert the USB installation into your PC and restart it. Access the boot menu or BIOS settings to select the USB drive as the first boot device. This will then launch the Windows 11 installation process. And it's usually F6, but you can look up what is the, like what function key do you need to press for your system to get into the boot menu, okay? Or BIOS settings, whatever. It can be F6, it can be different ones on different machines. Follow the on-screen prompts to choose your language, time, and keyboard settings. Click Install Now to proceed. Enter your license key when prompted or choose to do so later if allowed. I would enter it then. Yep, enter your license key then, okay? Because whether it might not let you do it later and it might have a bit of a herniation. Choose the installation type, upgrade or custom. Select your drive and petition for installation and confirm your choices. The installation will copy files, install features, and complete configuration automatically. Now, with this, it's best to do whatever the default is if you're a beginner or you don't know what you're doing. If you use custom, it can cause problems. You might ask you what to do and you might not know. But like, you can try both. It's not going to matter. I guess I would just go through with the default installation myself if I was a beginner. Even when I know what I'm doing, I usually go through the defaults because the default is where I want things to be installed. I do install some specialty features sometimes, but yeah. Once Windows 11 is installed, you will finalize your setup by creating a user account, right? Connecting to Wi-Fi, running Windows updates, and installing necessary drivers and software to ensure your system runs smoothly. Now, drivers is software that will allow like any hardware that you've got, like printers, keyboards, mice, screens. Those drivers are things are like pieces to program that allow things to run, right? And other software, you will need other software to run so that your system runs smoothly, okay? Set up a Microsoft or local user account to sign into Windows 11. This account manages your settings, files, and personalization options. You may also configure a password or PIN for security. And yes, please do that. Please do those both, all right? Connecting to available Wi-Fi network to connect to the internet. So connect to any available Wi-Fi, then check for Windows updates to download the latest security patches and feature improvements and ensure your system is up to date. Yes, please do that. Or if you've got a hardwired connection, you might have a hardwired connection. Okay, like if it's not most computers are Wi-Fi capable, but also too, like there is hardwire connections where people have like for better connections in like an office or something. Okay, so if you've got hardware, just connect to the network. Your network admin might need to add you though, but anyway, this is just what you would do. Install hardware drivers for components like graphics, sound, and network cards. So you should have a network interface card to maximize performance. Additionally, install essential software such as antivirus and productivity tools to get started with your new Windows 11 system. By following these steps, you have successfully installed Windows 11 and set up your system for use. Hopefully you will enjoy the features and improved Windows 11 experience. Remember to keep your system updated and backed up for best performance. Yep. Okay, so that's that. Thank you for listening.